Man, you remember when you were a kid and you wanted to have like the James Bond secret door opening to all the fancy guns that you were able to afford? Well, if not, that was me. I basically wanted to be able to enjoy my weapons without having to go in the safe and check them out. So what I did was I created a gun wall. Now that's not new to most of the guys that are in the 2A community that watch a lot of these videos, but I'm going to tell you how you can do it for actually cheap. So what I did was went through Amazon as well as Hold Up Displays. You'll notice that I am not sponsored, so none of this was given to me and it's not free advertising for anyone else. I just wanted to share with you guys how you'd be able to take advantage of it as well. So a couple of things that you'll notice is I have what I consider to be really nice guns that I want to be able to check out all the time. So what better way to do that than have a hold up display mock version. And what I did was went through Amazon to get these panels. So they are 1x4 and you can do them as big as you want to. So I believe I did 3 sections, so 4 foot by 12 foot, covering the expanding of the entire wall. I would be able to show that to you, but I'm the only person working the camera, so I won't be able to pan left or right. And then I also was able to add hold up display hooks, which, give me a second, I'll show you this. So these hold up displays, they actually come in and they have locks on them as well. And you just basically twist this on. You want to make sure you get the 3-inch slat wall so that you can hang them on the wall. And then the lock actually clips in. Let's see if I can show this. So it'll go in the panel and then it locks it in place. Switch hands real quick. It actually locks it in place so where that when it's in the slat wall, it can't come up. So that's another really cool feature that I like about this. And you can pretty much customize the wall as you want. And that means that if you need to move these hooks over, you can. Make them as short as long as you want to. And then depending on the weapon and accessories that you have on here, you're able to display them on the wall, just like so. And I actually also went with a couple of the magazine holders or accessories holders. You can see I have my Gen 12 magazine in here as well as the Boombox magazine, and I also have some Q slings as well. That's pretty much it. So the panels for each section for basically 4 foot by 12 cost me $300. The hooks and accessories, accessory holders from Hold Up Displays, I think I paid $360 for that. So I was able to do the entire wall for basically $608.
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out.
Now, with some of the things that I regret about not going with a full setup from Hold Up Displays, again, I'm not sponsored, but just want to give you my honest feedback. Some of the things that I regret are the panels from Hold Up Displays. They actually put them in as segments so that you don't see a seam on the panel wall. On the Amazon display, you'll notice seams. I'll actually be able to give you some closer shots so that you can see that, as well as this is material is kind of like, I want to say recycled plastic or something. Although it's sturdy and it's screwed into studs, you are putting expensive guns up here, so you do get a little bit nervous about having those fall off the wall and damage either the optics or the guns themselves. So that's one of the things I really liked about Hold Up Displays, and I'll probably go with that in the future. Just want to be able to do something inexpensive, because let's be honest, these guns cost a lot of money right now, so you want to make sure that you're able to stretch a dollar, and that's what I was trying to do. So I am being cheap on some things. There's some things that I'm ready to invest my money in, and unfortunately at the time the gun wall wasn't one of those things. So, but keeping in mind, I did pull this off the wall earlier. I'll pull it off the wall again. You're able to put up nice weapons like this with your suppressors. This is the Q boombox. Now it's only 5 pounds, but when you add the suppressor and ammo to it, it does get a little bit heavier. And then even going up to something that's super heavy is your Gen 12 Genesis Arms Ronin 12 gauge. So, and that's with the mag drum on it. So extremely heavy, and it's managing just fine. Again, one of the other things that I really love about this wall is it's modular, so you can actually change things up, move things around as you see fit, as you add guns to the wall, as you pull things in and out of the safe that you want to display or you haven't seen for a while. You can actually do that with the modular wall. That means that you're able to move the pegs on the slat wall as you see fit. I'm actually going to go out of frame for just a quick second because I want to show you guys the handgun. So on the handguns, you'll actually get this and you can organize it or tilt it any way you like. For me, I keep them this way, and that way I can organize the guns on the wall just like so. So I don't know if that's in focus or not, but hopefully you guys are able to see that. So that's one of the things that I probably would say that I regret is not going with the hold-up displays so that I could have a stronger wall, no seams, and again, the security behind having the different expensive guns on the wall. And then another thing from hold-up displays, they actually have different display hooks where you can do a trigger guard lock and lock it up by your trigger guard. You can also do a long cable that will go through each gun and secure them that way. I don't have any kids in my house, so I'm not having to worry about basically my kids coming in and touching the weapons. My wife and I both work from home, so there's really no need for to be secure on the wall, other than you want it to stay up there and not fall off. So with that, I hope to add more guns to it. I'm going to give you guys a couple of close-ups to where you can actually see some of the things that I noticed when putting up this panel, where if you don't get the screw directly into the slat, it can cut a little pieces of the plastic of this wall. So those are things that I don't think you would have with the hold-up displays, because again, they give you an adapter that goes directly in the slat and kind of protects that slat from the screw going in sideways or crooked. And again, I am no handyman. I don't do any carpenter work, and my wife and I put this panel up probably within 4 hours. And I say that because we're extremely meticulous, where we measured and remeasured. So probably 20 measurements, making sure that we found studs. Bought 2 stud finders so that we can actually make sure that we're not damaging the home as well. And I think it turned out really well. Other than those slight things that I called out, as far as like, you're basically the seams that you're gonna see, the screws. Other than that, really happy with the way that it turned out and the way it looks. And I'll be happy to show you guys some more of it here shortly. You can see the seams that I was referring to, and if you go over here, you can actually see the other one, direct seam. And then I'll try to get in here where I can give you a close-up of the screws in the wall. And if you'll notice, with it being plastic, you kind of see the indentation of where the screw actually is pulling into the wall, which again, it's into a stud, so it's extremely secure, but it does leave you a little bit uneasy when you're putting several thousands of dollars on the wall.